This is the first in a series of screencasts to show about the animation effects that are possible within Microsoft PowerPoint. So I'm going to start off by showing a presentation that I've created. I'm using the flowchart that I created in a previous example, and I'll show you what's possible, and then we'll talk about why you might use it, and in future screencasts I'll show you the skills that you need to replicate this sort of effect. So the simplest way of animating something is just to get items to appear one item at a time. So here, as I press my left mouse button or my space bar or my right cursor key, I can bring the items in one at a time. This is useful when you're working with learners because you're introducing the ideas piece by piece rather than bombarding them with a whole picture, which for some learners, especially FE learners, can be sort of overwhelming, and they might just get lost or distracted and not see the picture building up. It doesn't work in all situations, but in certain situations it's very simple and very effective. Another way that we could animate an effect is here. I've got the diagram, but I'm going to bring in the text piece by piece. So again, just clicking my mouse button or my right cursor key or the space bar will bring the items in one at a time in the order that I have predetermined. A slight variation on that is to have the same effect, but rather than me having a predetermined order, I've set it so that when I click on the shape, it will bring the text in for that shape. So I'm not stuck with the predetermined order that I'd had in the previous version. So I can respond to the group, I can get the group to shout out suggestions, and if they shout out one of the items that's in my diagram, then I can click on that square and bring that item in, talk about it, and build the diagram up that way, rather than it being very much a one-way presentation. And that's again quite a simple effect to create and can be used in different situations to create quite striking sort of learning objects. Another way of animating is to apply emphasis. So what I'm going to do here is, as I go through my presentation, all it's doing is it's just highlighting a part of the information. In this case, it's changing the rectangle from being a light yellow to a light green. Again, it's quite simple to do, and it helps people focus on a certain part of the information without losing the bigger picture. Okay, so it's trying to weigh up whether you want them to see the big picture or whether you want to bring items in piece by piece. It will vary on different topics, it will vary for different levels of learner, and that's something that a tutor will hopefully be able to work out. What I'm going to show you in the forthcoming screencasts is the basic skills that you will need, which you can put together to create a similar effect to what I've got here, but by combining things in different orders and different ways, you can create a whole variety of different visual effects. What we have to be careful here is think about what it is we're trying to achieve, because with animations it can take a lot of time, and it can take hours if you're not careful, which we don't have. And also, if we try doing animations and we don't quite get it right, things end up just looking naff, and the students will start to disengage and switch off. So it's getting that balance right, keeping it simple, crisp, clean, thinking about the reason why you're doing it and the learning outcome that you want to achieve, and not spending too much time, which if you learn some simple skills, we can hopefully help you with that.